Hello, Collective. TerraFlow here. Just coming to give you an energy update for today, Thursday, July 23rd. This is the last day of Mercury retrograde. I know, I'm so excited. I'm happy. The energy feels better. It's not as heavy and stagnant anymore. It's not dragging anymore. It doesn't feel slow. And for a lot of you who can, pick up on the energy and actually tell that the energy is like moving forward a little more quickly. Yesterday was also the first day of Leo season. And if you know fire signs, there's like quick energy, so it's like it's giving you that momentum to be able to put forth action towards your goals and our manifestations at this time. Um, Earlier this week I was talking about there is crazy manifestation in the air at this time. Not only was yesterday the first day of Leo season, but this is amplifying the energy for Jupiter in Leo, because now this is helping align you with something for you to gain recognition on something, or for you to showcase your skills and finally get your flowers for all the hard work that you've been doing up until this point. And as we are now closing out Mercury retrograde, the manifestation energy that I've been feeling this week is in the air, because a lot of us were super excited when Jupiter transited into Leo at the end of June. But that's when Mercury retrograde started. So we kind of had to like slow down. And I like it a lot because Mercury retrograde helped us revise, help us review, help us reiterate what it is that we are trying to put forth for the future. Okay. Also, Mercury retrograde in Cancer was helping us build a new emotional foundation around our family and in our home. How we communicate, how we express, we can release those patterns of behaviors from from ancestors that came before us, so that we don't have to continue that cycle or continue those behaviors for our family. Especially if you are the one in your family who's considered a leader, the Mercury retrograde in Cancer was helping you express yourself or have better communication in a way that you can build a much better relationship with your family. Okay, no more toxic relationships, and especially how you parent yourself and your children, right? There was a big focus around children, a big focus around inner child healing, right? Especially if you had some things happen to you from a child, and maybe you inherited those habits and behaviors from your parents or other relatives. You grew up, and if you had children, they probably learned that same pattern behavior from you. So the Mercury retrograde in Cancer was helping us release that, or at least giving us the opportunity to recognize and have awareness on what it was that we were engaging in, and how we can disrupt that pattern and do it different. So now that Mercury has gone direct, we have all this quick energy from Leo. We have all these big opportunities coming in, Jupiter in Leo. And I will say this, be very careful as we are in Leo season, because Leo season is very charismatic and it's very social and it's super positive. However, that negative quality of Leo can creep in. A little bit of arrogance, a little bit of conceitedness, boasting and bragging a little bit. Be careful with that and act accordingly, because Jupiter and Leo is bringing in massive opportunities, but it can also bring in massive negative outcomes. Okay. So just be very mindful about that. But as we come into this weekend, we also have Saturn going retrograde on Saturday, which is going to be real big. So this is still like, watch what you say, watch what you do. Karmic balance is in the air now, okay? And then as we come into next week on the 29th, we'll also have a full moon in Aquarius. Now, this is helping to set us up for new connections, new relationships, new interconnectedness within your family, your friends, and your community, because Aquarius is the humanitarian. So Mercury retrograde in Cancer helped us figure out how we need to build stronger relationships with our family, because the family and the home is where your first relationships exist, right? And as long as you get a handle on that, when you move outside of the home into your exterior reality, you can start better you could start building better connections and or relationships outside of your family. And this could be with money, this could be intimate, this could be love, this can be, marketing or networking, or you just trying to be in alignment with the right group of people to help you with resources and or opportunities to get you where you want to be at this time. Okay, so I hope everybody had a great week. It was kind of stagnant. It was a little slow going into the week. And now, because we're in Leo season, you can feel the energy pick up a little bit. And because we are in Leo season, allow yourself to get out and be social, engage in the festivities, partake in the summer fun, right? Be social, go out and give yourself some confidence to like be in the spotlight and to be showcase and for you to showcase all of the best qualities you have and for you to be authentic by any means necessary, right? And then when we come into in the next couple weeks, when we come into Lionsgate on 8/8, this is going to be really big because I feel like the work that we've already been doing around Mercury retrograde in Cancer is really about like our spiritual inheritance, right? Especially if like you're meant for abundance, or you are the person in your bloodline that's meant to bring the abundance back to your lineage, back to your bloodline. I feel like this is going to be really big because now if you've done that inner work and giving yourself the opportunity to move forward and do things differently, Lionsgate season is going to be a huge portal for you to cross into that threshold and start receiving things that maybe you've never received before, you know? And Lionsgate season is like, it's real big on manifestation and real big on abundance, but ultimately it's real big on authenticity, and that's why we were forced to do the work during Mercury retrograde in Cancer, because Leo is here, Lionsgate season is coming. It's forcing us to be authentic. It's forcing us to showcase our authentic qualities and our talents and skill sets and things that we can showcase to the world. You know what I mean? And you can also go back on my page. I did a collective reading on Monday for the rest of the week. On top of, I also did an energy update yesterday for the first day of Leo season. Okay. And then I'm thinking maybe this week I'll even do another energy update for the Saturn retrograde. And then, I will be putting stuff out for the full moon and Aquarius next week just to keep you guys informed. So you guys know what's going on, because a lot of people has been asking me and inboxing me like, what's going on in the air? Something feels different. It doesn't feel the same. And it's Leo season. Leo is giving us the energy that we needed, because that Mercury retrograde in water was like, whoa. It was like trying to run in water. It was so heavy and it was so stagnant, and like it just dragged ass the whole time. And now that we're in Leo season, we just have all this fun energy to finally play with. So, if you are, trying to think of some manifestation spells, rituals, stuff like that, now's the time for you to be able to do it, especially today, because today is Jupiter day and it's the last day of Mercury retrograde. It's go time, baby. So today's your green light. And if you've been waiting for your confirmation, it's here. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.